Hello, Gemini, and welcome back welcome to Marion K Tarot. This is going to be your October 2024 reading, Gemini. So, what's the format going to be? We are going to pull an oracle card from the V-Star Oracle. Because it's spooky season, we're going to be pulling the tarot from the Bohemian Gothic deck because I love it and it's spooky season and I like to use it. And then we're going to clarify, if necessary, with the pocket edition of the Wild Unknown. So, I hope you're all right, Gemini. How was September for you? I can't even remember what we spoke about in September. It has been such a crazy month. So, let us see, shall we? Now I've got my eyes closed and we're going to just shuffle them, these cards, and then we're going to pick one like this, that one. Okay, Gemini. What do we have going on here? It's like a person and they are cocooned within a nest. And it's as if they're hiding, which is very unlike you, Gemini. What are you hiding from, or why are you hiding? I'm getting a wee bit chilly. I can tell the autumnal temperatures are here in the northern hemisphere. Okay, so anyway, why? Right, do you know what this feels like? And the fact that I've just physically gotten cold, and I'm not a particularly cold feeling person. It feels like you're hiding after feeling like you have been or you are being left out in the cold. This is what this feels like to me. Let's look at the message. So here's the message. Feeling so small and scared, not wanting to face the world. Many layers of protection here, distancing you from life. Know that you are always held in the love of the divine, perfect as you are. Now, Gemini, what it feels, it's like, who are you hiding from? Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid, Gemini? What are you afraid of? Who are you afraid of? Now, let's have a look. Let's see what the tarot's got to say. Okay. Give me some cards, please, for Gemini. For the month of October 2024, please. I'm going to take the two because I jumped out. Get 10 of Swords, get 5 of Cups, get 2 of Swords, get 4 of Wands, I've got Justice, and I've got the Page of Wands. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have got Judgment. Judgment has been making a few appearances in the readings that I've done so far. But it's been out in the main cards, it's not been at the bottom of the deck, Gemini. So, the feeling that I'm getting here, just within myself, within my own body, and that can sometimes come through. There's a there's an unreal feeling. I don't know if it is so much a disassociation, but it feels like there is a removal from everyday life. It feels very liminal. It feels very detached, removed from reality, which is very unlike you, Gemini. You're always usually very much in the present, going, looking to see what's next, zooming about, but it feels very just detached. It's as if you're going through the motions. Now, the Ten of Swords is a card of Gemini, okay? You get your Five of Cups, which is Scorpio energy. You get your Two of Swords, which is Libra energy. Your Four of Wands is Aries. Justice is Libra again. And your Page of Wands is just the embodiment of fire energy. And then Judgment is Pluto. So Plutonian energy. It's cold. There's a coldness to this energy. And even this Four of Wands, which is traditionally a card of celebration, it can be the marriage card, etc. But with it next to Justice, it feels like there's been a separation for some of you. Obviously, please bear in mind this is a general reading, Gemini, but it feels very much like there has been a separation, or it feels like you want there to be a separation of sorts. Now, what's coming strongest to me is with regards to relationships. It feels like time has been called on a relationship, and whether that's romantic, whether it's professional, whether it's a friendship, etc., there just feels like something needs to end, or something is ending. Particularly, this Five of Cups. I know this is a spooky deck, right? And it's a darker deck. It's a Gothic deck, so there is obviously a lot of references to medieval Gothic architecture, Gothic sculptures, etc. But the Five of Cups is traditionally a card of grieving, of loss. And you've got the Ten of Swords here that is literally somebody crying over the grave of someone. And you've got the Five of Cups here where it's the maiden in a graveyard. And in the background here, you've got a stone carving of someone with a cup in their hands. The reason I bring this up is because of the emotional aspect to this card, the emotional torrent of this particular card. The Ten of Swords signals the ending, and death is an ending. A funeral is an ending. It's an opportunity to say a goodbye to the physical incarnation of an individual. Now, could it be the grieving of a part of yourself, or a part of your life that Gemini, really needs to end? The Two of Swords here, the indecision. But it feels very much to me like there is this, it's like a justice thing. It feels like justice. It feels, and the fact that justice has come up. We are in Libra season. Okay, for the majority of October, we are in Libra season. And for some of you, it may well be, a marriage or a relationship or, a romantic thing that is coming to an end. There could be like a divorce. Am I actually going to say the word divorce? Yeah, I am. Or there's going to be like a significant ending to a relationship. It could may well be that it's a significant ending to where you have been in the past. And the Four of Wands and the Justice card is actually indicating that there is going to be a marriage, that there is going to be a levelling up of a relationship. That's the other side of it, and that's the wonderful thing about tarot. We could read these cards in so many different ways. But initially, the energy that I have just spoken about is what came through. And in fact, I'm having this kind of a duality thing, this dual perspective of these cards is incredibly Gemini. And is that even a word? I don't know, Gemini. But, it's very much the energy, the duality of the sign of Gemini, your sign, how you live with the two sides of the coin. So on the one hand, we have got these cards up here indicating that, something's coming to an end. It's gone, it's like you're ending something, you're grieving about it. The indecision is now coming. Well, where do you go now? Well, where do you go now? As you go to the Four of Wands and you go to Justice and you go to the Page of Wands. And you keep the judgments of other people away from you. That's important. What other people are thinking, or potentially what other people, or what you think other people are thinking is more the case. Then forget about it. Okay? Just let it go. You're not really one for bothering about other people's opinions, Gemini. It's like you think about too many things at one time, and it's just one of the other things that you think about occasionally, and you're just like, nah, whatever. Because you've probably thought about it already. What it feels like is now is the time for you, Gemini, to make a commitment. Make a commitment to yourself. Possibly make a commitment to another person. But it feels as though it feels very much like there is two distinct groups of people watching this or hearing this reading. There is a group who things have ended and it's terrible, and there's this indecision and not knowing where to go. And then there's this other group where things could not be better. It's like there's this feeling of finally life is giving, what you've always wanted, what you've always craved. And for some of you, what you've always craved and you've never actually realised that's what it was you were looking for. You finally found something that is ultimately everything you could ever have wanted. And it's like that Page of Wands energy is this levelling up, because it's not the Ace of Wands. It's not this brand new, undiscovered, untapped potential. There's this understanding that you have known that this could happen, that this existed out there somewhere, because you've seen it in other people. You've seen it in other relationships, other couples, other friendships, relationships with work, etc., etc. But it never quite came to you, Gemini. It was like you watched it from afar, but actually now it's here. It's like Here's your happiness. You've even got a dog there looking at this, and how beautiful is that? That wee dog is just looking like, oh my God, this is amazing. You've got a person there in the background who could be a friend, etc., who is genuinely happy for this union. You know, who's genuinely happy for the fact that it's like finally Gemini's getting, you know, the happiness that they've always craved, the happiness that they've always wanted. But then in talking about this, there's a third option as well. There's a third option where inside you're feeling like this, but to the outside world you're portraying that. Because for whatever reason, there is a fear. There's a fear that's holding you back for leaving. So we're going to clarify here, because this is a very all over the place reading, it feels like. So if I'm the person, if I'm reading it, but you're living it, what are we going to do, Gemini? What are we going to do? Well, we're going to pull some more cards for a start. And we're going to see. So, tell me about this Ten of Swords, Five of Cups combo, please. What's going on here? What is going on? The Sun. Okay, Gemini. I very rarely read reversals. I read elemental dignities. And 99 out of 100 tarot readers will say, when you get the Sun card, oh, it's wonderful. So much happiness. So much joy. And it means the same reversed as it does upright. But in this case, Gemini, doesn't it feel happy? It feels like there's a compression. There is a compression of emotions. There's an intensity at your very core. Just like here, right at the core of this card. The colour is so much stronger. Because it's at the centre. And at the centre of the matter, it feels very much that there is this loss and this grief. But yet you're having to pretend that everything's wonderful. And if you're in this situation, Gemini, please seek help. There are people who can help you. There are professionals who can help you. I'm not qualified to give any advice in regards to such things. But if you're watching this and you can relate to what I'm talking about, then please seek help. Okay. Now, let's see this Four of Wands and Justice card. Tell me about this, please. Please, please, please. What's interesting is there is yet to be any earth energy here. So this is feeling very ungrounded. Forgive me for drinking tea, Gemini. I have got a sore throat because I'm a Taurus, and that's just what happens to Tauruses. So, let's see. Let us see. Four of Wands and Justice. What's happening? Justice for once. Tell me about it, please. Okay. Seven of Swords. Aquarius energy. The moon in Aquarius. Okay. So, don't mind me while I deal with my OCD and make sure all my cards are round the right way. And there's no bags facing. Okay, Gemini. Seven of Swords. It's interesting how we've got a Leo card here. And we've got an Aquarius card here, which is the polar opposite. When going through October, when making important decisions, get a second opinion. Make sure that what you're going through, make sure what you're dealing with is what you can see. There feels like there could be an opportunity here for somebody to pull the wool over your eyes. And you know what's coming into my head? Okay, really weirdly. See the Meatloaf song, Objects in the Rear View Mirror? That's coming into my head. So objects in the rear view mirror may appear closer than they are. I don't know if you maybe need to listen to that song or hear the lyrics, read the lyrics. It just feels like there's something that you need to know for that. Okay, Gemini. So, but ultimately, you know, what do you need to do, right? Let's have a look at the Two of Swords and the Page of Wands together. Let's see. Mother of Pentacles. This card came out for Aries as a clarifying card as well. It feels totally different. It's a Virgo card. And what it feels like is when you know and when you understand the choices that you have made, the choices that you need to make. And we've got the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck as well here, which is a Sagittarius card, which is your polar opposite. So whatever you've been doing up until this point, Gemini, ask yourself if it's something that you want to continue doing. Does it make you happy? Does it nurture your soul? Are you surrounding yourself with people who nurture your soul? Because that's what you really need to do. That's the advice going forward. Nurture your soul. Okay, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there because I think everything that we can say has been said. Quite an odd reading this month for you, but it's October. It's a fellow air sign season. So if you can make sense of this, then I'm so pleased. Because obviously I'm not living your life, Gemini, but if you're one of these Geminis, congratulations on whatever's going on. If you're one of these Geminis, please get help, like I said. Okay, my loves, take care. I will see you again next month. Yeah, and remember, if you are looking for a personal reading, then the details are in the description box below. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.